KUGAN, CASSIUS, IFL TV, MTK Global, and Sheffield here. I'm joined by Kid Galahad.
Yes, KUGAN.
Dominant 8-round performance against.
Right.
It
was alright, KUGAN. He was a cab driver. He part-time cab driver, part-time boxer. I did what I had to do. Couldn't really take too many risks. It weren't a dog fight, was it? You know, it wasn't a fight of survival. I knew I could beat this kid. Went in there, you know, hit him with everything. And I hit him hard. In some rounds, I thought, even when I was in the ring, I thought, what does this guy do? You know, the way some of the times he was throwing the shots, I just thought, where have they got him from? You know, they must have dug him out of a graveyard.
But it's good that you're kind of just not kind of sitting back and waiting for
You're right.
You know, the 20-second.
Listen, we used to give big shout out to Mr. Eddie Hearn, Sky Sports, Matchroom Boxing. They've got me out. They've had me out 3 times this year. You know, boxing is booming at the minute. Hopefully, you know, I'm mandatory for the IBF. So next week I'll be sat ringside watching Warrington Frampton.
2 weeks time.
2 weeks time, sorry, yeah. So I get the winner out of them two, you know. So hopefully they look at that fight and think, you know what, we can see some chinks in my armour. We want to fight him now. So, you know.
The last time I spoke to you was obviously after your win
in Boston.
5
weeks, weren't it?
Yeah, and then after I interviewed you, I also then interviewed Mr. Carl Frampton.
Yeah.
Carl Frampton.
AKA, you know, Corona, AKA Tacos. Go on. AKA Mexican cab driver. Doc. You need to go and check his brains.
Tell you what, look, there is anything there.
I don't think there was nothing there.
Took that many shots.
I know.
That was a masterclass.
Just make sure he's okay. Because he might, with that...
The number of shots, I've never seen anyone miss as many shots as he did.
I know. He was a part-time cab driver though, he's not a boxer. I don't know where Eddie dug him out from.
Class, well done.
Thank you.
Well done, really pleased with you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, that's the last time we kind of spoke about this situation. But you'll be ring.
My African brother. Yes. Sorry.
All right. You'll be ringside, and yeah.
Let me show. What? Just pause. 1 second. What do we say?
We're back.
Action.
Yeah, we're ready. Yeah.
So, let me just show you something. So, can we just put this out there? Have I ever said I was a killer? Have I ever said I was this killer and everybody's scared of me? Have I ever said that in an interview to you?
I don't know.
Have you ever seen me? Have you ever heard me say that?
Not that I know of.
No problem.
But if someone pulls something out of the bag, I don't know. But
you know, Carl Frampton says, yep, you know, Kid Galahad thinks he's some killer and this and that and blah blah, which I never said. He said it, so he must have been on his mind. And you know, let me just show you a little picture here. I was watching my fight, and I thought, who's that little? Could see like a little tiny little leprechaun in the back, and I thought, you know, that's a bit strange. And I looked. Let me just show you something. Who's that guy right there? Oh.
Hold on. What are you showing me?
Who's that there?
Let me...
That little man there.
All right. Your fight when?
In Boston.
In Boston?
Yeah.
All right. You can't really see it on here.
That little man there.
That looks
that's
like
me.
Carl Frampton to me.
Yes, that was Carl Frampton. He was watching me like a hawk. He was watching everything I do. And, you know, after that performance, I think he thought, fuck that. I'm not fighting him. I know that performance, he thought, mentally, this guy's going to batter me. Mentally, physically and emotionally. So I think that fight, he 100% is keeping out of the way from me, no matter what. Even if it meant, you know, even if it was a unification fight, for every title altogether, he would never fight me. See you later, mate. Cheers, mate. Because sometimes, some people have just got your number. No matter what you do, someone's always got your number. You know, there's always that one fighter, you know, who's just, well, let's see who. Let's have a look. You know, like, put it out there. You know, Klitschko, no matter whoever, Klitschko would have beat a lot of heavyweights, but in my opinion, he would have never ever beat Tyson Fury. Because Tyson Fury mentally was on a different level. And I think, when he looked at me, he thought, this kid's on a different level. And a big shout out to Tyson Fury, the number one in our generation. He's officially the number one fighter of this generation, without doubt. He's the king. What do you think? Am I right? He is the king, isn't he?
He's a gypsy king.
He is the top dog of this generation from my era right now. He is the don. Went to Germany, battered the German guy, brought the world title. Went to America.
Ukrainian.
Okay, Ukrainian. Went to America, and for me, if it was English soil, he would have won it by 1 round. But because it was in America, I think it was a draw. I'd give it 2 rounds to the American, because I always think if you find someone in their backyard and in their home country, you give him 2 rounds straight away. Got knocked down twice, 6 rounds. But if it was in England, he would have beaten by 2. What do you think?
Well, I believe he won the fight. So,
Yeah.
without the knockdowns, I still believe he won the fight. But
Yeah, but
I know it's, in hindsight
rounds.
it's easy to say, without the knockdowns, but I still believe he won the fight anyway.
Yeah, but alright then, say he did win it. Say there's only 12 rounds, so with the knockdowns, he's lost 4 rounds without a doubt. Yeah, so there's 8 rounds left. Some of the rounds were very close, weren't they? You couldn't really pick. There might have been 1 or 2. Even if you give them a draw, it's still. Do you know what I mean? If it was in England soil, or if he was champion, I would give it to him by a round. Honestly, I thought it was just, but I think if they box in a rematch, Wilder's mentally broke Wilder. Just think Wilder might never be the same again. It's like he's abused them. Sometimes when Fury boxes people, they're never the same again, are they? It's mad, innit?
Just coming back to you.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
Sorry, no. We can talk about Tyson Fury, obviously. So you've kind of given what you believe will happen if Carl Frampton is victorious on the 22nd.
But I don't think he will be.
Okay. So let's say Warrington beats Frampton. What do you think Warrington does in that respect? Do you think Warrington will face you as his mandatory?
I think he would like to, but I think Frank would talk him out of it. I think, he might say to him, listen, you can fight Oscar Valdez for the WBO, because Frank's got the WBO boxed off kind of thing, hasn't he? So he might say to him, listen, drop that title, let him have it. We'll have a unification, big unification. Well, maybe you can be the number 1 for the WBO, because Carl Frampton and Warrington is actually a unification fight. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah. Because it can't be a voluntary, because Carl Frampton's not in the IBF ratings. Did you know that?
Right.
Yeah. So Carl Frampton. So you can't have when you want a voluntary defence, you have to fight someone in the IBF ratings in the top 15, don't you?
Okay.
And Carl Frampton's not in the top 15.
So what are you saying is happening? That
this is a unification, because Carl Frampton's WBO interim champion, isn't he?
So you're saying that this is going to be for the WBO and the IBF?
WBO interim, whatever it is.
But that's not a unification.
Well, that's what they've said, the IBF. It's strange, isn't it? But that's boxing politics for you. It's a strange one, isn't it?
Okay.
Because you can never fight someone if they're not in the ratings for a voluntary. Unless they're champion. You've been in this game how many years?
Yeah, I know, but okay. Well, I'm listening to you, but
yeah. So if you're a champion, mandatory, you always have to fight your mandatory, don't you?
Right.
He's number 1. Then you're voluntary. You have to fight someone who's in the top 15. No matter what, it has to be in the top 15. Is that right or wrong?
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Carl Frampton's not in the IBF. So I said, how come he's fine? That's against the rules and regulations of the IBF. Emailed them. And they said, it's a unification because Carl Frampton is actually WBO interim champion.
So that's classed as a unification?
Yep.
Okay.
So they can't have another unification now. They have to fight me. but they're not. They aren't advertised as Unification, have they? Which is strange. You know, on the posters it just says IBF.
But I wouldn't. Listen, I'm not gonna say I know every rule and regulation about what comes under like the unification process, but I would have thought that an interim title along with a full world title isn't a proper unification.
Well, this is boxing politics. That's how it goes, isn't it? You know, sometimes it's just how it is. Money talks, isn't it? That's how it is. But they think they're gonna have a unification after this because you can't put in a unification, but they can't because they've got to fight me because they've news up the unification now. So March, April, they've got to fight me. You know, what do you think to the fight?
What do I think?
Yeah.
What, as in who do I think is going to win?
Who's going to win?
It's not a question I'm going to answer on camera.
Why is that?
Because it's not really a question that I would answer on camera.
All right, then just throw something at me. Just pretend the camera's not here. Just
no, well the camera is here, so we'll have a conversation off camera if you want. But no, it's not a thing that I'm going to discuss on camera.
I think Warrington's going to beat him. I think Carl's at his career now where he thinks he's entitled to everything. You know, he thinks he should be in these big fights and he's this and he's that. You know, Carl's biggest pulling power is he does 20,000. Is that right? He's a big name, isn't he?
He's a big draw where he is, yes.
Yes, but can I just ask you a question? Has there been lesser men than him who've been just as big draws in Ireland? Has there been an Irish fighter who wasn't a draw?
Probably, yes.
No.
What?
There wasn't. Let me just tell you something. If there was two rats fighting in the street, there'd be about 25,000 there watching because Irish love a fight. The Irish fans love to watch fighting. So really, it's not a big thing. He might think it is, but it's not. You know, in the past there's been. I remember Bernard Dunn. Remember Bernard Dunn? He was okay. He wasn't, you know, a very, very big, exciting fight, but he used to do a lot of numbers, didn't he? Remember Willie Casey?
Yeah.
He was another one. He wasn't very, but he did big numbers, didn't he? So I don't really think, you know, it's he makes out like this. I think, you know, being from Leeds where Josh Warrington is and them doing, you know, selling 7,000-8,000, I think that's harder because in Leeds it's hard to sell. But when you come from Ireland and you're a fighter, it should be easy. You know, they love fights. So, you know, like I said, they could be two cockroaches. I promise you now, in the middle of town in Belfast, there'd be about 6,000 or 7,000. They're just watching it, everyone betting. Old school.
Okay, well that's your opinion.
It's facts. I'm just saying. KUGAN, I'm just saying. KUGAN.
There's a little bit more to it than what you're saying.
KUGAN, I'm just saying.
No,
KUGAN.
but I'm just saying there's a little bit more to it. You can't.
KUGAN,
someone's popularity and their draw as a fighter can't be put down KUGAN. To they'll watch anything.
No, I'm just
That's
saying
what I'm
KUGAN.
saying.
Sometimes, you know, let me just say,
Frampton's kind of built up that.
The Irish fans, KUGAN, are big boxing fans.
Of course, I'm not disputing that, but at the same time,
they no matter who it is, it's a big draw.
No, I don't agree with that.
Whoever fights in Ireland,
I don't
they
agree
do
with
good
that.
numbers, don't they? I'm just saying remember that guy, that taxi driver guy? The heavyweight, remember him? The heavyweight, you do box Tyson Fury.
Rogan.
He used to big numbers, remember? And he was okay, he wasn't nothing. But look at him. Just because he, you know. I'm just saying, KUGAN.
Okay.
I'm just
But
sometimes
it's not
pretty, you know.
selling out arenas.
For me, I think Warrington selling out the arena in Leeds would have been a harder task because he would have to go one by one selling tickets and, you know. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there.
It's not. Listen, regardless of whatever you're saying, it's not an easy thing to sell out an arena, whether that's 10,000 or whatever.
I'm just saying, when you're Irish, you have got a bit.
Or Windsor Park. It's not. That's not an easy thing that you can just say. Oh,
can I ask you a question then?
The Irish will come out to watch anything.
Do you know? Let me just say something. You know, when you go to America, is it hard to sell out arena?
Depends on who's fighting and
I'm just
where
saying,
it's at.
do you know, like in America, how many fights have you been where the arena's always been packed? Just name me a few.
what fights that I've been
Any
to.
fights, yeah.
It's been a mix. Some
instance,
fights I've been to,
some of them, like, remember there was a guy called Miguel Cotto. He used to do big numbers he used to do big numbers in New York. He never did nowhere else, but we always did big numbers in New York. Is that right or wrong?
Right, okay.
Because he's Puerto Rican. There's a big Puerto Rican fan base in New York.
Yeah, and a brilliant fighter. Go on.
Yeah, and a brilliant fighter, obviously. Yeah, but I'm just saying, he's did big numbers in New York. Who else? You know.
So where you got? I don't.
I'm just saying to you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying sometimes in certain places, like Miguel Cotto will always do big numbers in New York because he's Puerto Rican and the Puerto Ricans love a fight.
Yeah,
if you went to Mexico, they'd have big numbers in Mexico because
Yeah,
they love fighters.
I'm agreeing with what you're saying there.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
so some places, if you're from there, if you're lucky enough, you will, you will do big numbers.
Okay, all right.
I'm just saying sometimes.
I understand what you're saying, but it still has a lot to do with.
Yeah, but I'm just saying sometimes, it's just, you don't have to be that good. You can just be the right place.
Okay, all right, okay.
You're going to come back to me in a few years and say, Barry, you were right. Unless you're Nassim
I hear what you're saying.
Unless you're Nassim Hamed and that was it. Nassim Hamed was...
I hear what you're saying, but
AJ, he's a fucking beast as well. I'm just saying, in some places, I honestly believe, like, it'd be easy to start.
but sometimes it is not really about the area where you're from, because London is notorious for everyone supports London fighters. So, agree? Not every fighter in London, and in fact has that kind of Joshua following, if you like.
No, Joshua is different. Joshua
All
is
right,
like...
but I'm just saying.
He's an icon.
You mentioned Joshua, that's what I'm just saying. It's not...
Joshua is different. Joshua is Olympian. He is the next, like, he's like George Foreman in his height, or, I'd say, or Evander Holyfield. He's just, the people love him. Don't they? He's just like...
But that's to do with him, more so where he's
yeah.
from and where he fights out of, correct?
And plus he's a heavyweight.
Okay.
He's huge, isn't he? And then there's, who else is for me, the people's champion right now is Tyson Fury. I think if he boxed anywhere in England now, he should sell at any stadium, no matter where it is, because of who he is. But doing it is a different thing for him. Is that right or wrong? Do you think if he was Irish, he'd sell out?
Well, he has Irish descent.
He doesn't. He's a travelling man. He's a fighter. He's an English traveller. I don't think he's an Irish traveller. I'm sure he's not. I'm just saying, if he was Irish, he'd do about 100. He would sell out 100,000 stadium. He'd sell out Wembley 3 times if he was Irish. If Anthony Joshua was Irish, he'd sell out Wembley 5 times. I'm just saying that's just how it is because they love it. I'm saying, or Mexican if they were Mexican either, because Mexicans are big boxing fans as well, aren't they?
Okay, I'm gonna go and watch John O'Carroll.
Yeah.
I very much appreciate your time.
Yeah.
Barry.
Mr. KUGAN CASSIUS.
And we'll catch up.
Yeah, this is the man, Cougar Bear is the man. He is the man. I got nothing but love for this guy.
Kid Galahad, thank you very much for talking
No
to
problem,
us on
sir.
TV, and we'll definitely catch up with you soon.
No problem, boss.
All right?
Yep.